everyone, welcome back to Dede's Mediterranean Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making Shish Barak. Now Shish Barak is a dumpling that's filled with browned ground beef and it's cooked in a wonderful Mediterranean yogurt sauce. Now if you want this recipe or any of my other recipes, go to my website at DedeMed.com. If you have questions, you can let me know, or you can contact me through Twitter or Facebook. Now let's go over the ingredients and then we'll put it together. Here I have some dough. It's actually a plain dough. There's no yeast and no baking powder in it. It's actually just flour, water, and olive oil, because we don't want the dumplings to rise or to expand. So it's a simple dough. Here I have some flour so we can roll out the dough. I have some browned lean ground beef that I browned just with some salt and some of Dede's 7 spice mix that you can get on my website. If you need any spices, again, they're all on my website. Here I have some cornstarch that we're going to use to thicken the yogurt. I have some minced garlic. I have some dried mint. And here I have, in the pot, I have Mediterranean yogurt or Greek yogurt. It's very thick. We're going to thin this out with some water, and then to make it a little bit heavier and thicker, we're going to add some of the cornstarch. Let's put it all together. Now, in order to make the dough, I just mixed 1 cup of flour with about a ½ cup of water and about a couple tablespoons of olive oil. I just mixed it up and then I let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. You want the gluten to rest. Now you see it's a very easy dough. It's not very thick, and that's exactly what you want. Make sure to flour your hands, flour your surface, and what we're going to do, we're going to roll out little circles. Now what I'm using, I'm going to actually use an egg molder. You know, this is what you use to crack the egg in, but it makes also a great dough cutter. So I'm going to use that to cut out my dumplings. I just want to flour the surface. And I want to get my dough onto the surface, just like that. I'm going to roll it out. Flour it really well. Let's move these out of the way because we're actually going to have to roll this out. It's a very thin dough. Let's see. Make sure you flour very well. You don't want anything to stick. You can knead this a little bit if you'd like before you roll it out. Just press it down with your hands. I'm going to slowly knead it out. We want the dumplings to be pretty thin. I would say maybe a 1/4 or 1/8 of an inch. You want the dough. Just roll it out. And then we're going to use our dough cutter to cut out our dumplings. Flour is going to get everywhere, so be very careful. I have the yogurt in a nice 4 or 5 quart pot. Put it on medium heat. You want to add some water to this. Just like that. And we're going to let this come to a nice simmer. So here we have our yogurt, To the cornstarch, I'm going to add a little bit of water. Just dissolve it. And then I'm going to add it immediately to our yogurt. And then we're going to let it come to a nice boil, but we have to keep stirring it while it's coming to a boil. So stir in the cornstarch. Just like that. Our yogurt sauce is nice and thick and it's come to a simmer. I'm just going to add a little bit more water. I just want to thin it out a little. The cornstarch is a nice thickening agent and it helps keep the yogurt from separating. So just like that. Turn the heat down really low. We're going to add our garlic to this. Make sure you stir it in, you don't want any garlic chunks. And then we're going to add our mint. So a little bit of mint. Just like that. Just a dab of salt. And then to this, we're going to add our dumplings. Make sure you continue to stir. You don't want your yogurt to stick to the bottom. So just slowly stir them in, just like that. Just let them sit in there for about 10 minutes. Be very careful while you're stirring them. You don't want to break them. Just like that. And if you like your sauce thinner, you can thin it out a little bit more than that. Our shish barak is done. I just want to show you. Look at that. Look how nice our little dumpling looks. So we're going to place them into our bowl, just like that. A lot of them keep their shape, which is amazing. And you can serve, you can serve this as an appetizer in nice little dishes. It goes great. Look at that. It's so good. Some people even like to fry them up and then put them in the yogurt sauce. That's a little too heavy because this is a lighter dish. So let's just clean up our dish a little bit. Just like that. I like to put a nice sprig of mint right in the middle when I serve this. And there you go. Shish barak. A wonderful dumpling and yogurt sauce.